Who goes there?
Who goes there?
That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Yeah, no, don't. Yeah, look at that. That is the thing we saw. This actually looks almost peaceful now, huh? All the lamps are turned off. Alright, let's have a quick look at the character, because we do have some character points here. Yeah, so we can't increase these two. I kind of almost like the idea of increasing our investigation to the max, simply because not being able to unlock doors is kind of annoying. Okay, and this... Okay, so we probably should increase this and the spot hidden. Now, it does look like there are certain quest items that we do always find, like those wheels, right? But, yeah. You know what? There we go. Let's do this. Have this maxed out. All is well. And let's... Yeah, let's actually go with that plan. I like that. It's also very private eye detective approach type thing. Oh, okay.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
Okay, sure. And we still need to know, well, how the hell Bradley managed to get out of there. I mean,
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Don't ask.
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Huh. Right, so show me your chest, dude. Seriously, open your jacket. Show me if you have any scars. Is that another painting that they... Oh, whatever. Bradley.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right?
No.
You look like you saw a ghost.
Yes.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Death. Destruction. Let's talk to Bradley first, because he did die, presumably. He should be dead. Yeah, of course. See, this annoys me. Why can't we tell him that he should be dead? Why do we need medicine skill for this? Also, how many chances did I miss to increase the medical skill for this to be locked? Right.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
Duh.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
That's not suspicious at all.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Okay. Talk to Colden. Did Fuller found Riverside?
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He
of course.
founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him.
Maybe
Do
you
you
should.
wish to know anything else?
Yes. So, it seems like, it seems pretty obvious that the Scylla went out to hunt whales and they discovered something out in the ocean that changed things. I mean, they came back with the miraculous catch of the century that fed everybody for years or whatever. And it seems that everybody was in on it, right? So, yeah.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Well, we don't really have more, do we? Well, they had me to. I might be onto elite. Well, let's go with might be. Well, no, let's not be
Francis
crybabies.
Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Yeah, let's be honest here. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? They'll commit me to an asylum again.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
In this case, I actually don't see anything to be gained from telling her that what we saw, right? I mean, first of all, it is entirely possible that we hallucinated from the gas or something. And also, I mean, it seems like he was the guy who gouged out his own eyes, right? I mean, no, let's stay prudent. I don't think that's something that his widow needs to know. I mean, not from us. This is not going to help us in the investigation, and yeah.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to
Yes,
conclusions.
I agree.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to
Destiny.
see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
So we have a
Don't
destiny.
end up in the hospital this time.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
We try. So we do have a destiny. Alright, I think we can leave. Yeah. So let's do that.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
Yes.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here.
It's her again. Hey, Cat. Don't look at me like that.
You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Right. So it looks like my friends did not actually come with me.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
He died screaming right before my eyes. I was no longer there when it happened. You're taking it quite well.
He
Sure.
started raving, screaming that a dimensional shambler had found him.
Mercy, that story again. Why have him interned?
That was when he began to convulse and twist with pain. Or terror, it's hard to tell.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not really sure of what I saw, or what I didn't see. But it's best that you weren't there.
I should have been there. What you're telling me is outrageous. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes?
Telling her anyway.
Did you
I'm
not do anything to help him?
Oh, I did. These answers all suck. Hold to test eloquence. We're not very good at that. True culprit is Fuller. We don't have proof of that. It wasn't me who sent him there. That's all really shitty. Let's test it.
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Sure. Did he speak to you of a shambler?
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Oh, you are
Then
so
you have
wrong.
paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Right. I have a terrible feeling about this. I mean...
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge receipt of your letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his interment, you signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. Mom, that's... yeah. So, we are totally not snooping. You should not believe that we are snooping. We're just having a look. Breviary of Medicine, Tome 2. So, progress in medicine. Yeah, I must have missed a lot of medicine stuff. And possibly other things. Yeah, so you should not believe that we're snooping. There's no snooping involved here. No snooping at all. Oh, this is the bathroom, right? I'm sorry, I'm terribly sorry. I'm looking for the gallery in the bathroom. There must be a bathroom here. Nope, not the bathroom either. Okay. Certainly not snooping.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Sanders Session 1. Well, still no snooping.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah. I
agree. Alright, so Velio says the painting will eat your face if you look at it. I think it's probably gonna eat my soul more like it. And Jano says there was another interactable over by the fireplace, which I think is this one.
The day
right?
the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Oh wow. Yeah. We have Sarah Hawkins next to the Sanders. That must be close. Oh, okay. So we have a deduction mode. Or reconstruction mode, whatever. So... oh.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Lovers? Brothers? Who knows? Piano.
A house of artists. A house of artists.
Alright, so we can't... Can we...
A house of artists.
Activate? Yeah, okay, got it.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
Oh, it should be quite... oh, okay. I mean... He does not have the...
He finally won.
Knowledge.
Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
That we do of these horrors. Yeah, this is really weird that they put this mechanic in the game, but okay. Is there anything here? Nope. Something here. Oh.
Was Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
Possibly.
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
Huh.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
No, you most certainly do not. I mean, you deduce that someone gouged their eyes out after watching or after seeing that image, and you're like, yeah, I have to see it because I am obsessed. I gotta say, this game does do one thing. As I mentioned earlier, I would really... Yeah, Velius agrees. No, dude, you don't. Don't be stupid. Agreed. Pierce is bloody dumb. But yeah, one thing this game does do is it really makes me want to play the paper and pencil RPG again. I'd really love to play that. Oh, hey, cat. I'll just...
A strange Amerindian pendant.
The way on the card. A brief history of Darkwater. Focus on the past of the island. Alright.
I could use one of those.
Right.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
She wanted to get rid of it, dude. Isn't it obvious? Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning for you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler. Your friend, Sarah Hawkins. Well, that's... exposition if I saw... Oh.
An old diary.
Ooh, diaries are good. Although, is that a... No. Okay, so we can't actually open this. This volume spends some time on the Reverend Wykewood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of the visions as a messenger sent by God. She's scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe. That's oddly connected? Okay. Velio says, I'd go with plan B, burn this house down. That is actually a very prudent and sensible plan. And in Call of Cthulhu, the role-playing game, doing something like that is very often a very good solution. Dissertations on an anatomical question. It's the work of a student in book form. Although the observations are relevant, they lack the expertise of an experienced physician. More medicine. We're now at 20%. Yay! That must be the gallery here. Oh, what's this? Would you read the book? Well, what book is it? Sure, let's read the book. Does this affect your destiny? Okay, it's an occult book with tentacles in it. And it's volume 2, so we kind of missed the beginning. And Jano says, read it. Yeah, this is a thing. In Call of Cthulhu, reading books is oftentimes a very bad idea. Where were these called? Hound of Tindalos, I think? This is one of the aspects of Call of Cthulhu, again, the paper and pencil game that I always really loved. The whole collection of mystical occult books that slowly took away your sanity. Make you go crazy. Okay. How much did we get from that? 5%, I want to say? Can't really remember. Hi there, cat. We'll talk to you shortly. That worked. Good. A key to the gallery. Excellent. Or maybe it's not. We looked at that. Okay, can we maybe burn something in there? Right, hi, cat.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective.
No, I did not.
Try not to make a habit of it.
No,
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Insanity. Got to verify the painting for buyer. Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. I'm not here to create problems for you. Yeah, let's go with that.
I'm not here to cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me? Don't overestimate yourself. If the last beating wasn't enough for you, I can always give it another go. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
Thank you. So I don't quite understand why she's so hostile to us. I mean, yeah, at the beginning we were kind of snooping around, but I mean, if she is at all believing us, then, I mean, as far as we know, this has nothing to do with her, but it might be that it does, actually. And you, what are you doing here?
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings.
Ooh,
she doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
Oh, so we couldn't really talk to her much more. And Jano says bad first impressions are hard to change. Yeah, that is true, I guess. Makes sense in a way. And Valio says, unless it's one of those undestructible cursed objects, that would be the only thing left in the ashes of the home. Also, not unreasonable. Alright, well, let's have a look at this. Seems like we don't really have a choice here.